Good morning, folks. This is the Scythe Wielder back with you, letting you know how I am enjoying the fact that the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. One of the testimonies of the Lord, he declared while he was on his cross when he said, "Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." His testimony was, they don't know what they're doing. And I've been among people recently, and what I've endured with them reminds me they don't know what they're doing. And one of the testimonies that we have from St. Peter is from the second chapter of 2 Peter, verse 12. He says, "But these, like unreasoning animals, born as creatures of instinct to be captured and killed, reviling where they have no knowledge, will in the destruction of those creatures also be destroyed." So we live among human beings. I mean, their bodies are as clearly human being as our own. But they are like unreasoning animals. They don't know what they're doing. They live by instinct. They live by conditioning. They live by intense training according to reward and punishment of behavior. They live in fear of death their whole life. They live in fear of being misunderstood. They live in fear of running out. Their whole life is built around nothing but the fear. Fear of running out of food. Fear of running out of clothes. Fear of running out of protection and friends. And that's the kind of people Jesus was talking about when he said, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." That's the kind of people we live among. And as creatures of instinct, they were made to be captured and killed. They are subject to the enemy who comes but to rob, kill, and destroy. They have no defense. And Jude in verse 10 speaks of the same sort of thing when he says, "But these people blaspheme anything they don't understand. What they know by instinct, like unreasoning animals, they destroy themselves with these things." When we live according to reward and punishment of behavior, we don't reflect on things like, how do I love my neighbor as myself? What happens if I keep doing this over and over and over again? What happens if everybody does this behavior? Instead, they are guided by a fear of not doing it. Things that hurt them. They live by fear of the loss of territory. They live by the fear of the loss of resources. Anyone that threatens the situation where they get their food, anyone that threatens the situation by which they get their sense of dignity or honor or sustain their pride and vanity, those things they keep in mind all the time. Never reflecting, never reasoning, never trying to figure out if there's something that makes more sense. And these are the kind of people we live among. So as you go among people that blaspheme and mistreat the things that are good, the people who are doing good, they don't understand and they don't want to understand. Remember the testimony of the Lord that they don't know what they're doing. and be wise. Intercede, give them a good example, be a light in their world, but don't be offended. Don't be a coward, and don't ever give up on the knowledge that you're in this world with Christ to reign. The testimony of the Lord is sure, friends. It makes wise the simple.